herdsmen who brought weird gifts to this baby in a manger because they thought he was a king or whatever.
You've got your facts wrong there, kid. There weren't 3. There was actually 4 wise men. Not 3, but 4. Let me pull up the book so I can tell you. Okay, kid. Listen up. There were 4, not 3. 4 wise dudes. They were super into stars and old prophecies and stuff. They were besties, like super close, always doing everything together. They were all there the night of the star appeared in the sky. They've been researching these prophecies that predicted a king would be born. So they all prepared for this journey. The first, Bob, was assigned the food. The second, Pete, was assigned the lodging. The third, Nate, was assigned navigation. And the fourth, Larry, was assigned transportation. They all agreed to prepare their lot for the trip and meet at Bob's house by Sunday to start their journey. But oh dear Larry, he got himself into a little snafu. He was supposed to meet a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy whose neighbor had 4 camels for travel. But when he went to go meet this guy, he knew no such guy. So he had to travel to another city, and along the way wrestled a bear. A sewer, finally to acquire the 4 camels. Beaten up, tired, and very smelly, he made it back, only to find the others had already left.
Bummer.
Oh yeah, bummer, alright. But Larry was no quitter. He knew that this king was the real deal. He knew he had to find him, so he followed the star, on foot, all by himself. Of course it took 10 times longer than it would have with his crew. Also, he wouldn't have eaten so many cockroaches.
Yeah.
But finally, he got to the city where the star was. Yay, Larry! Only to find that the king, who turned out to be a baby, had fled because of a crazy old Herod who was trying to kill him.
Bummer.
Yup, bummer indeed. But Larry did not quit. He kept searching for the king. He was even following him to Egypt. Didn't find him, of course.
Oh man, poor Larry.
Then years later, he heard some rumors about this man, a carpenter in Nazareth.
Nazareth? Nothing good ever comes out of Nazareth.
That's what Larry thought. Until Larry heard what this carpenter was doing. He was doing all kinds of stuff, like turning water into wine.
Oh.
Healing the blind.
Whoa!
Casting out demons.
Say what?
Yeah, so Larry went to go see this man, this big field. He had like a gazillion people following him around by this point. And he told so many stories that will make your head spin and your heart feel like it's about to burst.
Sounds like a cool dude.
Yeah, he was. What was even better was if you followed him around, he'd feed you too, heal you, forgive you of your sin. Man, you got the whole deal if you were one of his followers. This one time, in this big field, there were like at least 5,000 people. and 2 fish. He lifted it up to the sky and muttered some stuff. And then he told his peeps to start passing it out. It should have only fed like 2 people tops, but it just kept on multiplying. The more they passed out, the more bread and fish were in the baskets. They passed them out until everyone, every single person, including Larry, got to eat. And they even got seconds.
No way! This sounds like a TikTok story.
That's what I said. But Larry kept following him around. The more Larry followed this guy around, the crazier things got. At first, all the people loved him, and they hated him, and then they loved him, and then they really hated him.
Until what?
Well, something pretty awful happened.
What happened?
They...
What? Just say it!
They killed him.
No! Why would they do that?
He was saying things that were too hard, like love your enemies and care for the weakest. Pray for those who are mean to you, and that his kingdom was greater than any of us on this earth. That he is the only way, the truth, and the life. It was too hard for people to understand. They just wanted all the good stuff, he promised. They didn't want to follow his ways because, well, he said himself, small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life.
Oh no. Well, what happened to Larry?
Larry was super bummed. It was weird. A lot of what the guy was saying was super hard, but it was also true and good. Larry felt love, freedom, joy, and peace, and full of life whenever he was with this guy, especially when he did things that the guy said he would do. So even after he was crucified, he stuck around until something even crazier happened.
What can be crazier?
Well, hold on to your pants, kid. He rose from the dead.
What?
Yeah, he said he would. Even before he died, he promised that he would conquer death and rise again in 3 days. And he did. And he said that whoever believes in him will be with them forever.
Forever? Forever ever?
Forever!
Wow, he sounds like a cool guy to spend forever with. Wait, what happened to Larry?
Well, a lot of things actually. He realized that he had met, seen, and been transformed by the kings of kings, the Lord of lords, the king who conquered death, and the Lord of eternal life. He knew he would never be the same, and he couldn't keep this awesome news to himself. So he spent the rest of his life traveling all over the world to tell everyone what wonderful things that the Messiah did.
What's the Messiah's name?
The most epic and life-changing name in the world, Jesus.
Jesus. Wow, that is a pretty cool name. Wait, but it's so crazy that Larry got to meet Jesus like this. His story sounds so crazy. Is any of it even real?
Yes, every word.
How do you know?
Because